Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the cinematic world of Netflix to bring you the ultimate list of the top 20 movies right now. Whether you're a movie buff or just looking for a great film to watch this weekend, we've got you covered. So, grab your popcorn, sit back, and let's count down the best of the best. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest reviews and recommendations. Number 20, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. It's glad to see Eddie Murphy in the role of Axel Foley again. The film does solid justice to the original classic, with Judge Reinhold, John Ashton, Paul Reiser and Bronson Pinchot all reprising their roles. Murphy hasn't missed a beat despite it being 20 years since he last played the character, with an emphasis now put on using his age to help bring an added layer to both the narrative and the comedy. The film hits all the beats, bringing on just the right amount of nostalgia, exciting over-the-top action, the perfect blend of humor, and fleshes out the main characters. Number 19, Hitman. Legendary director Richard Linklater directs and co-writes Hitman, the story of Glenn Powell's professor, Gary Johnson, who pretends to be a paid assassin. A master of disguise but not of love, Johnson falls head over heels for Adria Arjona's Madison, with the catch being that she has hired his fake services. Powell and Arjona have undeniable chemistry as the lead duo, with Powell, in particular, proving once again that he's one of the rom-com genre's best-leaning men right now. Number 18, Godzilla Minus One. One of the biggest surprise hits of 2023, Godzilla Minus One follows kamikaze pilot Shikishima, who, after failing to distract the titular iconic monster, was accidentally at fault for the deaths of several warplane engineers. With the intention of atoning for his mistake, Shikishima joins a group whose only goal is to permanently eliminate the monster. Godzilla is one of the most iconic villains in movie history. The Godzilla story has been told in many different ways, but this one is regarded as the greatest of all time. Number 17, War Dogs. Directed and co-written by Todd Phillips, War Dogs follows the life of David Packus, who, to begin with, lives as normal and mundane a life as can be imagined. However, everything is set to change when he runs into an old friend, with the two of them earning a contract to arm America's allies in Afghanistan. Featuring a cameo from the real David Packus, War Dogs is loosely based on a true story, with the mind-blowing depths of this narrative made even wilder when learning of this fact. Both of the central characters are neatly flawed, with their mistakes always rooted in reality, an important addition to any protagonist in a story of this ilk. Number 16, The Equalizer. Denzel Washington plays Robert McCall in the action thriller picture The Equalizer, which was written and directed by Antoine Fuqua and was based on the 1980s TV series of the same name. A former Marine and Defense Intelligence Agency paramilitary operations officer, McCall returns to action in The Equalizer to protect a teenage girl from human traffickers. The movie's cast also includes Chloe Grace Moretz, David Harbour, Bill Pullman, Martin Chokas, and Melissa Leo. Though The Equalizer received rather mixed reviews from critics, the film was a box office success and has proven quite popular with audiences. Number 15, Anyone But You. This is a romantic comedy directed by Will Gluck that's loosely based on the William Shakespeare play Much Ado About Nothing. Gluck also co-wrote the screenplay with Ilana Walpert. The film stars Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell as two people who have an instant connection that quickly turns sour, only to find themselves reunited at a destination wedding where they must pretend to be a couple. The chemistry between its two talented stars is what makes Anyone But You such a fun rom-com and has made the film so popular with audiences. Number 14, Four Daughters. Four Daughters, directed by Kawthar Ben-Hania, is an Arabic-language documentary film that explores the true story of a Tunisian woman whose two eldest daughters were radicalized by Islamic extremists. The film received near-universal acclaim and was nominated for Best Documentary Feature at the 96th Academy Awards. Four Daughters makes the lives of its subjects come alive in heartbreaking detail in a way that few other documentaries have done before. Number 13, The Matrix. The Matrix is a science fiction film that stars Keanu Reeves as a hacker who discovers that the world he lives in is an illusion crafted by malevolent artificial intelligence. The Matrix is an ambitious movie that presents the very best in technical filmmaking, winning the Oscars for Best Visual Effects, Best Film Editing, Best Sound, and Best Sound Editing. The performances are solid, the action is spectacular, and the plot is intricately crafted. Number 12, Molly's Game. Based on the true story of Molly Bloom, Molly's Game was written and directed by Aaron Sorkin and stars Jessica Chastain in the lead role. an Olympic-level skier whose career was ended by an accident. The film follows Molly as she seeks a different kind of gold by running a high-stakes underground poker ring. Molly's game is a fantastic demonstration of Sorkin's skills as a writer and filmmaker, and it is a complete entertainment from start to finish. It is tightly written and expertly timed. Number 11, American Symphony. The documentary chronicles the dramatically different lives of Grammy winner Jon Batiste and his wife, Suleika Jawad. While Batiste continues to take over the music world, Jawad goes through an intense battle with cancer. Jawad begins chemotherapy on the same day Batiste is nominated for 11 Grammy Awards. An obviously unplanned detail that sums up the entire message of the film, that a wonderful thing and terrible thing can happen at the same time. Number 10, Rustin. Rustin tells the story of Bayard Rustin, Domingo, a civil rights activist heavily inspired by Martin Luther King. Jr. Rustin sets out to organize the March on Washington against huge obstacles like racism and homophobia. The film follows these incredible historic events while highlighting Rustin's passion and enthusiasm for civil rights. Rustin was previously nominated for 2 Golden Globe Awards for Best Original Song by Lenny Kravitz and Best Performance by Domingo. Number 9, Nyad. In the biographical sports drama Nyad, Annette Bening and Jodie Foster, both Oscar winners, command the screen. Nyad, the feature directorial debut of documentarians Elizabeth Chai Vasarhelyi and Jimmy Chin, benefits from their experience documenting realism. The actors' dedication to truth and storytelling, as well as their chemistry, shine alongside the smart script written by Julia Cox. Number 8, Society of the Snow. The film was nominated for 2 Oscars, including Best International Feature Film, a Golden Globe for Best Non-English Language Film, and a Critics' Choice Award for the same category. In 1972, a Uruguayan flight crashed while carrying a rugby team on their way to Chile, and the survivors of the wreck had to work together to survive in the treacherously cold weather of the Andes. Number 7, May-December. Written and directed by Todd Haynes, the film was inspired by the real-life relationship between teacher Mary Kay Letourneau and her 6th grade student, Vili Fualo. The two had children together, and eventually married upon Letourneau's release from prison, as Gracie and Joe did in May-December. The plot follows actress Elizabeth as she shadows Gracie, the controversial woman who inspired Elizabeth's latest film role. Number 6, Maestro. One of the most talked about films of 2023, Maestro tells the story of American composer Leonard Bernstein, his rise to fame, and how that fame affected his relationship with longtime love Felicia Montealegre. Leonard Bernstein began his career as an assistant conductor of the New York Philharmonic and rose to fame when he filled in for the main conductor, who had fallen ill. Maestro follows Bernstein as he meets and marries Felicia Montealegre, who struggles with her new husband's infidelity. Number 5, It Follows. In a world filled with remakes and reboots, It Follows defied the norm by finding an original way to tell a mysterious horror story. The story follows Jay, a teenager who has sex with a guy named Hugh, whom she doesn't know very well. It Follows premiered at the Cannes Film Festival in 2014, where it was then a part of a limited theatrical release before moving to a nationwide release in 2015. Number 4, Burning. Based on the short story, Barn Burning, by Haruki Murakami, Burning is a South Korean-Japanese thriller written and directed by Lee Chang-dong in his first film after an 8-year hiatus. The film focuses on Lee Jong-soo after he runs into an old classmate named Shin Hae-mi, who asks him to feed her cat while she's away. The film also made some Best Films of the Decade lists, proving the power of the writing, directing, and the 3 lead actors' performances. Number 3, Paddington. The Paddington, 2014, filmmakers had some very big, fluffy shoes to fill. There was a lot of pressure on the film's creators to capture Paddington Bear accurately because he was already well known worldwide when he made his big screen debut, thanks to the popular children's novels by Michael Bond that debuted in 1958. The story follows a computer-animated Paddington, voiced by Ben Whishaw, as he travels from Peru to London to find a home under the advice of his uncle and aunt. Number 2, Phantom Thread. In the 1950s setting of Phantom Thread, Daniel Day-Lewis's character, Reynolds, does everything by the book. He lives his life as structured and measured as he tailors clothing with great care and concentration. The film opened in 2018 to rave reviews despite its lackluster box office performance. It received 5 Oscar nominations and secured 1 win for Best Achievement in Costume Design by Mark Bridges. Bridges won the same award at the BAFTA Awards as well as the Critics' Choice Awards. Number 1, The Irishman. Based on the 2004 book, I Heard You Paint Houses, by Charles Brandt, Martin Scorsese's epic The Irishman follows the life of World War II veteran turned hitman Frank Sheeran against the backdrop of the infamous Jimmy Hoffa mystery that led to his supposed assassination. Gritty and stylish, The Irishman dazzles as a classic mob movie in its first half but sacrifices its own genre in favor of an introspective character piece tackling life's most existential questions in the second. The Irishman truly feels like the accumulation of not just Martin Scorsese's career but also his life. That's all about some best trending movies of Netflix in July 2024. Thanks for staying with us.